Who is James Willmott-Brown? The reviled EastEnders villain who raped Kathy and wants to take over Albert Square. The smarmy businessman is one of the most reviled men in EastEnders history after more than 19 million viewers tuned in to watch the disturbing scenes in 1988. Who is James Willmott-Brown? The reviled EastEnders villain who raped Kathy and wants to take over Albert Square. The smarmy businessman is one of the most reviled men in EastEnders history after more than 19 million viewers tuned in to watch the disturbing scenes in 1988. James Willmott-Brown shocked EastEnders viewers by retuning to Albert Square in Friday night's episode in a comeback that has been kept under wraps by soap bosses. Played by William Boyde, the ex-army officer made his first appearance in EastEnders in March 1986, arriving as the area manager of Luxford and Copley, the brewery company that owned the Queen Vic. By December he had moved into the square and set up a wine bar, the Dagmar, on Turpin Road, which angered Queen Vic landlord Den Watts. There was also friction with Pete Beale when Wilmott-Brown offered Kathy a job as a waitress, with his romantic interest in her obvious. What happened with Kathy Beale? After an argument with Pete, Kathy went round to Wilmott-Brown's for a glass of wine, where he tried to seduce her. The villain refused to let her leave and would not take no for an answer, raping poor Kathy. He tried to dispute Kathy's claims and said it was consensual, but in May 1989 he was sentenced to 3 years in prison for the rape. However, when he was released from prison in 1992 he made a brief return to Walford, but he didn't last long as the residents of Albert Square made their feelings known and he was forced to flee. In 1994, Kathy kept suffering from nightmares after the encounter, so Phil Mitchell, her boyfriend at the time, went to find him. He ended up tracking down James' wife, but found out that he was back in prison after raping another woman. Now it is only a matter of time before former barmaid Kathy comes face to face with her nemesis, the ex-army officer who wouldn't take no for an answer. Who are his family? Willmott-Brown turned out to be the dad of Lisa Faulkner's character Phoebe Browning plus her brother Luke and half-brother Josh Hemmings. The revelation came when Max went to collect his old cellmate Luke from prison and took him home to see sister Phoebe, which we now know is short for Sophie, and Josh. While Phoebe and Luke Browning are his children by first wife Elizabeth Browning, Josh Hemmings is their half-brother from his later relationship with Wendy Hemmings. The mysterious chairman, who viewers first saw during a sinister meeting with Max, is actually Hugo Browning, the brother of Wilmott-Brown's first wife. It appears that Wayland and Company is a family business, as the whole gang are working for the company along with Max. With the help of his family, Willmott-Brown will continue in his mission to slowly take over Albert Square. A story of power, control, money and revenge will unfold as he and his family attempt to destroy everything and anyone in their way. What remains to be seen is how much each of those involved knows, and how far each will go, and if they can really trust each other. Family loyalties will be questioned, tested and exposed, but one thing is for sure, with ruthless Willmott-Brown ruling the clan, the residents of Walford are in for a huge shock. Why has he returned? Like Max, who was sent down for the murder of Lucy Beale, James considers himself to be a wronged man. But while Max has been working for his company Wayland & Co. in order to exact his own revenge on the Beales, he has no idea of Willmott-Brown's history with Kathy or even his connection to Walford. On Thursday night, he laid down a bunch of wild lilies down with a note attached, reading, "Kathy, thinking of you. Always, an old friend." Ruthless Willmott-Brown is determined to let anything get in his way, but could his love for Kathy put a spanner in the works? EastEnders continues on Monday night at 8 p.m. on BBC One.